Despite a strong push by local advocates and municipalities in favor, it's looking like, at least for the foreseeable future, adult use and medical access will remain unavailable in the great state of Wyoming. A recent University of Wyoming poll revealed the majority of Wyoming voters supported legalization, but the state remains one of only 10 in the union without any form of legal access. Compassionate Options Wyoming, Wyoming Normal, and the Wyoming Libertarian Party joined forces earlier this year, campaigning to qualify two voter initiatives for the 2024 elections, one to legalize medical cannabis and the other to decrease penalties for usage and possession. The coalition's push seemed to have gained enough support this spring to qualify for voter initiatives for the upcoming November 2024 ballot. But the effort's organizers say that they received unclear direction from state election officials about exactly how many registered voter signatures were needed to qualify. According to Wyoming's primary news outlet, the Star Tribune, the requirement based on 2020 voter turnout was 41,776 signatures. The Medical Movement Coalition gathered around 36,000 by the March deadline, just short of qualification. However, the threshold turned out to be only 29,730. According to information later published by the Secretary of State's website, a key detail organizers say was not provided to them during their signature gathering campaign. Compassionate Options Wyoming said in a September statement on Facebook that the cannabis petitions had collected enough signatures to qualify, but the Secretary of State's office prevented certification of the petitions based on incorrect information. Wyoming Secretary of State Chuck Gray said in a statement that the organizers' claims are unfounded. A Wyoming Normal spokesperson told the Star Tribune that he believes the snafu was a legitimate mistake rather than deliberate subterfuge, but the pro legalization groups are now considering a lawsuit. I have no idea why the Normal spokesperson even spoke here if they're considering a lawsuit. Poor form, my man. From the outside looking in, these poor folks never had a chance. They didn't know the real number of signatures needed. Some folks are blaming the state, others are saying that it was an honest mistake, and now barring the unlikely help from the state lawmakers, same state lawmakers that they're talking shit about, them going out of their way to push this forward, or a unified, legitimate legal challenge. Add that to the limited time and resources to start a last minute petition drive. It looks like, at least for now, safe access to medical cannabis will not be available to Wyoming citizens in need. Hopefully, the Wyoming trap market's able to provide sufficient remedy for the state's dysfunction, at least until they get their shit together. I'm Rico Lamite, the dopest dad on the street, reporting live for High 9 News. Like to hear from you guys. What do you think about this Wyoming thing going down here?
Man,
Sad day.
yeah, this is sad. So the state didn't tell them how many signatures that they needed to get in order for it to qualify for the ballot. Am I correct on that?
They are claiming that the state told them the wrong number. The state gave them numbers based on 2020 ballots, which is incorrect for now because less people are voting.
I mean, isn't this
Gretchen,
something? Isn't this something
I
that
know
they could have just
Gretchen loves
Googled?
that part.
Is something that they couldn't have just
I,
get from the county clerk's website?
the whole thing is idiotic.
It sounds
I
stupid.
agree. I agree with that. I
I
mean,
mean, this is why people need to pay lobbyists.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know we all think lobbyists are the devil, but they would know how to fucking do this. When we see groups
between
like
those three
MPP
groups,
going out of biz, what do you think MPP did? They led legalization efforts in states. They would have given their expertise and helped get this done. This is just
yeah,
a sad state of affairs.
sad state of affairs, literally. Between those three groups, not one of them knew the right number.
Yeah.
Compassionate Options, Wyoming, Wyoming Normal, and the Wyoming Libertarian Party all were going for the wrong number there. And then they just dropped their efforts in September, thinking that they lost. And then later on, apparently they did have the right amount, and the Secretary of State did not qualify them. So,
I mean, I would think that they would have a legitimate case if they can prove the state said, all right, in writing, here is officially the number that you need. And clearly that was incorrect. I think you could sue.
yeah, but how about like the leader of Wyoming Normal, like one of the groups represented here, he's out there saying publicly that he doesn't think that it was he didn't think that it was anybody's
Stupidity
fault.
is
It was
not a
just bias.
defense.
Yep, that's right.
No, I
That's
mean, the
true.
state can't claim, oh, well, sorry, it was an honest mistake. Well, honest mistakes you get sued for.
Yep.
It's
No,
not a legal
I
defense.
agree. I agree with you there. I'm just saying that the dude from Normal just needs to shut up, man.
Yeah,
And
no,
he's
No,
no, I
I'm
agree,
saying that
but
doesn't matter that this guy said anything,
no, Gretchen,
regardless of not.
it does. Look, anything
It
you
does
say
not.
when you're suing somebody and there's liability lawsuits and things going on, anything you say publicly can be twisted around. Every lawyer in the world will
That
advise
part
you
is
to not
true.
say anything in the media if you are
I'm
going
well
to do
aware that
litigation.
you should not speak. I got that. But to just say that this person came out and said, "Oh, I think it was an honest mistake,"
But he
doesn't
gave
change
them a
the state's
defense.
does not change the state's liability.
No, but you're not going to give the opponent a defense. Like that's just not
yeah,
smart.
exactly.
Again, stupidity, not a
Yep.
defense.
And these type of stories really like they propagate like the stoner stereotypes. I don't even like it. It's like, oh, what'd you guys do? Forget how many signatures you needed?
Oh, that's
Like,
so true.
come on, man.
That's
Let's
so
get this
true.
shit
It
together.
It just shows
This is like,
complete
and
dysfunction.
are these legit organizations? Like, is that the legit normal, legit libertarian party? Because I just had a lot more like I just thought of them a lot higher. Normal usually does things really well. The Libertarian Party has their
Normal.
stuff together. most of the
I
time, so
I don't know
Like,
about the
Normal is
Libertarian
a
Party.
corrupt
I
organization.
don't think you can say that about them. They've been taken
Normal
over.
is a
it's
corrupt
a functional
organization.
political party in the
Libertarianism.
United States of America that puts a candidate on the presidential ballot every year. I feel like this was an easier hurdle.
Right, Luke. But the thing that you
Thank you.
don't get about these groups is, yes, there may be a national profile. However, these are
Local
generally
efforts are the same.
volunteer organizations on the local municipal level.
Mhm.
And so you get who's willing to open up shop in their garage and lead this effort, unless you're putting real money behind it.
No,
And
I
I'm
get it.
guessing by the stupidity, there was not real money put behind this.
Yeah, no,
I don't
get
think
it,
so
and
at
I
all.
understand that, but there's still SOPs for these organizations when these chapters are opened, and I don't know.
Well, that's also wishful thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's a shit show. It's all a shit show. No one
It's
likes to
sad.
talk about how the sausage is made. Number one, shit show is how
Mhm.
it's made.
The people, the citizens, the patients, they're the ones that are losing here. Period. Get better
Yeah.
leadership.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think the industry overall is losing off of this just because the lack of sophistication by these organizations. I mean, the fact that they're coming out and making these statements just makes everybody look bad.
Yeah. Come out on a unified front. I think that's a great point, Jason, because we can talk about safe banking. We can talk
Mhm.
about any other initiative that we tried to push forward as a cannabis, quote unquote, cannabis community. We have not been on a unified front. It's
Mhm.
stuff like this that paves the way for major corporations to just come through and eat everybody's lunch.
Yep. That's what they're doing. Yum, yum, yum.
Absolutely splintered.
Mhm.
It's why we keep ending up in these same circular problems. We're just not working together. We're not raising enough money, and the people who are out there pushing for the needs of our industry are not getting enough support from the
Mhm.
people that
Yep.
they're advocating for.
Facts.
You have to be out there fighting for what you want.
Mhm.
Don't
Without a
expect
doubt.
someone else to do it for you. It's not going to work.
Without a doubt.
Breaks my heart, man.
I mean, it's the oldest military tactic in the book is divide and conquer. If everybody's infighting, then you really aren't attacking the issues or the people that are keeping you down. So get it together, come together, let's pass some shit. This is like, I feel like Wyoming is a little behind the curve on this. Let's get it together, Wyoming. My story actually touches on Wyoming, and the people in my story would really want this thing passed.
Oh,
So-
boy. And on that, we're going to go to
I
commercial.
always thought that Idaho would be like the dead last dinosaur to come around, but now I'm thinking it might be Wyoming.
It's going to be Idaho.
No, it still will
Idaho's
be
gonna
Nebraska
dead
or Idaho.
last. Idaho's going to be the dead last. We're going to go to commercial. We're going to be right back.